The fluorescent lights buzzed like angry hornets overhead. But they couldn't drown out the sob ripping from my chest, a sound so raw it echoed off the cold tile walls of the girls' locker room. I'd locked the door. Or so I thought. Curling into myself on the bench. My soccer cleats still laced tight. Mud-caked from the game we just lost. The crumpled letter in my fist burned hotter than the fresh bruise on my shin. I love you, Coach. More than a player should. I'd never meant to write it, let alone drop it in her office trash. But there it was. My stupid, 17-year-old heart spilled out in blue ink. Footsteps, sharp, purposeful, clicked against the floor outside. Panic clawed up my throat as the knob rattled. Dakota? You in there? Open up. Kid. We need to talk about that penalty kick. Coach Elena's voice, steady as ever, sliced through the door like a lifeline I didn't deserve. I froze, tears streaking my face, the paper shaking in my grip. The lock clicked. Shit. I'd forgotten the janitor's key under the mat, and there she was, stepping in like fate's cruel punchline, her whistle still dangling from her neck, eyes narrowing at the sight of me. What the hell happened? She dropped her clipboard with a clatter, crossing the room in 3 strides, her track pants whispering against the benches. Close. She smelled like rain-soaked grass and that faint citrus shampoo that always made my stomach flip. 32. All lean muscle and quiet fire. With those green eyes that could pin you mid-dribble or melt you with a single nod. She knelt in front of me, close enough I could see the faint scar on her jaw from her own college glory days. Dakota. Talk to me. You're scaring me here. I shoved the letter behind my back, but it fluttered free like a damn traitor, landing at her feet. Her brow furrowed as she picked it up, unfolding it slow, like she knew it was a grenade. The silence stretched, thick as the humidity after a summer storm in our sleepy Ohio town. Then her breath hitched, barely audible, but it hit me like a freight train. Dakota. This is. She trailed off, green eyes lifting to mine. A storm brewing in them. Shock? Titty. Something softer I couldn't name. You wrote this? About me. My world tilted. Coach. I am sorry. It was stupid. Just. Forget it. Please. The words tumbled out, choked and desperate, as I scrambled to my feet, grabbing my bag like escape was still an option. But her hand caught my wrist, gentle, but firm, and for the first time, her touch felt like fire. Not just encouragement before a big game. No, she said, voice low, laced with that Brooklyn edge she'd never fully shaken. We're not forgetting this. Sit down. Now. That night, under the merciless hum of those lights, my secret cracked open like an egg on hot pavement. I'd been in love with Elena Vasquez since freshman tryouts, 2 years of stolen glances during drills, her hand steadying my hips as I learned to fake left, her laugh cutting through the whistle blasts like sunlight. She was the coach who saw me, really saw me, the black girl from the wrong side of the tracks, dodging foster homes and food stamps, pouring every ounce of rage and hope into that ball. Soccer was my ticket out of Milford High's dead-end hallways, out of the whispers about my mom's endless boyfriends and my own quiet rebellion. But Elena? She was the dream I couldn't afford. We talked, or rather, I spilled, until the clock tower chimed midnight. The school long emptied. She didn't freak, didn't call me confused or send me to the counselor like the movies warned. Instead, she listened, her back against the lockers, knees drawn up like we were just 2 women sharing war stories. I get it, she said finally, folding the letter with care, like it was fragile art. Love doesn't play by rules, Dakota. Not on the field. Not off it. Her eyes held mine. And in that gaze, I saw flickers of her own ghosts. Divorce papers from a husband who'd bailed when her knee blew out. The closet she'd cracked open in college only to slam shut for the sake of her coaching gig. By the time she drove me home in her beat-up Jeep, the radio humming old Springsteen, something had shifted. Not a confession. Not a promise, just a door cracked open in the dark. You're my best player, she murmured as we idled outside my duplex, the porch light flickering like a bad omen. But you're more than that. Don't let this eat you alive. Okay, we're a team. I nodded, throat tight. And as I slipped out, her fingers brushed mine over the gear shift. Electric. Dangerous. The kind of spark that could light up a stadium or burn the whole damn thing down. The weeks that followed were a fever dream of stolen moments and sharpened edges. Practice ramped up for regionals. The air crisp with October chill. Leaves crunching under our spikes as we ran suicides until our lungs screamed. Elena pushed us harder than ever, me hardest of all. Her critiques laced with that edge that made my pulse race. Eyes up. Dakota, you telegraphing that pass like a billboard. But afterward, in the quiet cool-downs, she'd linger. Her hand on my shoulder a beat too long. Her voice dropping to that husky timbre reserved for post-game pep talks. Good hustle today. Keep that fire. I started noticing the little things. The way she'd wear that faded NYU hoodie on rainy days. Sleeves rolled to show the tattoo on her forearm. A soccer ball tangled in thorns. Inked during her wilder years. Or how she'd blast Gloria Estefan in the van rides home, singing off-key to make us laugh. Her profile sharp against the highway lights. My journal filled with sketches of her, quick pencil strokes capturing the curve of her smile. The way her hair escaped its ponytail like rebellious waves. And the dreams? They wrecked me. Her lips on mine in the empty stadium. Hands mapping paths I'd only traced in secret. But secrets fester in small towns like Milford, where the football field gets more love than the girls' soccer pitch. And gossip spreads faster than flu season. My best friend, Riley, a freckled firecracker with a pixie cut and zero filter, caught me staring one afternoon during free kicks. Earth to Dakota. You got it bad for Coach V. Huh, she elbowed me, grinning like it was no big deal. But her eyes sharpened. Just be careful. Okay. Like, old enough to know better. Riley was right. Elena did know better. That's why, when she invited me over for extra training at her lakeside cabin, 2 hours north, away from distractions, I told myself it was legit. Just drills on her private pitch. Video analysis over pizza. But the cabin was cozy. All exposed beams and a stone fireplace crackling against the November fog rolling off Lake Erie. We ran plays until dusk. My shirt clinging. Her laughter echoing as she blocked my shots with effortless grace. You're unstoppable, kid, she said, tackling me to the grass in mock celebration. Our bodies tangled for a heartbeat too long. Dinner stretched into the night. Stories swapped over cold beers she swore were just one. Her tales of dodging scouts in the Bronx. My confessions about the Foster shuffle that left me with more scars than souvenirs. The fire popped, casting gold on her skin. And when our knees brushed under the coffee table, neither pulled away. You remind me of me at your age, she whispered. Voice thick. All fire. No fear. Wish I'd had someone to. She stopped, eyes distant, then reached for my hand. Dakota. That letter, it scared me. 'Cause I feel it too. This pull. But I'm your coach. This could ruin everything. My heart hammered like a bass drum. Then why does it feel right? The words hung, bold and terrified. She leaned in, breath warm on my cheek, and for a suspended second, our lips ghosted, soft,
Tentative.
tasting of salt and possibility. Fireworks behind my eyes. But she pulled back, curse slipping out like smoke. We can't. Not like this. The rejection stung. But her eyes, God. Her eyes held apology and hunger in equal measure. We ended the night on her couch, fully clothed, my head on her shoulder, her fingers tracing lazy circles on my arm. It was enough. For now. Word got out. Of course. Small towns have ears like satellite dishes. By Thanksgiving break, whispers slithered through the halls. Dakota's getting special treatment. Coach's pet. Worst came from Tyler, the smug junior varsity goalie with a crush and a grudge, who cornered me by the vending machines. Heard you're batting for the other team now. Coach know her little dyke's got a thing for her. His buddies snickered. But I shoved past. Fists clenched. The word dyke echoing like a slap. That night, I texted Elena in a haze of rage. They know. Or they think they do. What now? Her reply was a gut punch. Meet me at the field. Midnight. The stadium lights were off. The bleachers ghostly under a half moon. Frost glittering on the turf. She waited in the shadows, bundled in that hoodie. A thermos of coffee steaming between us on the penalty box. I heard the rumors, she said. Voice steady but eyes haunted. Tyler's full of shit. But Dakota, this is bigger than us. If it gets out, I lose my job. You lose your scholarship shot. She cupped my face, thumbs brushing tears I hadn't realized were falling. I can't be the reason you crash. But you make me fly, I whispered, leaning into her palm. We kissed then properly. Fiercely. Her hands fisting my jacket as the world narrowed to her mouth. Her taste. The way she sighed my name like a prayer. It was messy.
Urgent.
All teeth and tongues under the stars. Her body pressing me back against the goalpost. For those stolen minutes. Betrayal didn't exist, it was just us. Two women rewriting the rules. Christmas came like a blizzard, burying Milford in white in isolation. Mom was off with some new guy in Cleveland, so Elena insisted I stay with her, team bonding, she called it. But we both knew better. The cabin became our sanctuary. Lazy mornings tangled in flannel sheets. Her teaching me to cook tamales while I blasted Megan Thee Stallion. Our laughter spilling into snow-dusted woods. Nights were slower. Deeper. Her fingers exploring with a reverence that made me feel seen. Cherished. You're beautiful, she'd murmur against my collarbone. Her accent thickening with emotion. Strong. Like you were made for this. And in those whispers, I found pieces of myself I'd hidden. The girl who loved sunsets over the lake. Who sketched poetry in the margins of her playbook. Who dared to love a woman who loved her back. But paradise has eviction notices. Regionals loomed. And with them, scrutiny. Tyler's poison spread. Anonymous tips to the principal. Blurry photos from that cabin training weekend circulating on Snapchat ghosts. Elena's office door stayed shut more. Her smiles at practice clipped. Focus. Dakota. Distractions kill games. It hurt. But I got it. Until the betrayal hit like a red card to the gut. It was Riley who spilled it, pulling me into the bathroom stalls after chem lab. Her face pale as milk. Dakota. I told Principal Hargrove. About you and Coach. I saw the pics. And I thought, she's an adult. It's wrong. Right? She could get arrested. The world grayed at the edges. My best friend. The one who'd teased me gently. Who'd shared stolen cigs behind the bleachers, betrayer. You think you're protecting me? I hissed, shoving her shoulder. You're killing me. Hargrove called us in separately the next day. Elena first. Then me. Her eyes bloodshot when they summoned her out. Inappropriate relationship, he droned. His jowls quivering like overcooked turkey. Suspension pending investigation. Clear out your locker. Vasquez. She didn't look at me as she left. Shoulders squared but steps heavy. Like the weight of our secret had finally crushed her. I waited in the parking lot. Snow swirling like confetti from hell. Until she emerged. Duffel slung over her shoulder. Dakota. Go home. This isn't. Fuck that. The scream tore free. Raw and reckless. I grabbed her arm. Spinning her to face me. You can't just walk away. We fight this. Together. Her laugh was bitter. Snowflakes melting on her lashes. Fight what? My career. Your future. I knew this would happen. That's why I pulled back. But you pushed. And I let you. I'm the adult here. Tears tracked her cheeks now. Mirroring mine. I love you. Okay, that's the secret. But love isn't enough when the world's got pitchforks. The fight spilled out there. In the slushy lot. Words like shrapnel. My accusations of cowardice. Her pleas for me to understand the power imbalance. The scars of her own coming out wars. You think I haven't lost before? She shouted. Voice cracking. Divorce. Dead-end jobs. Hiding who I am. I'm tired. Dakota, I can't lose you too. But I have to let you go. She stormed to her Jeep. Engine roaring to life. Leaving me knee-deep in regret and ice. Regionals came without her. A sub-coach barked orders. The team fractured. My play sloppy with grief. We lost in semis. The final whistle a dirge. Tyler smirked from the stands. Riley avoided my eyes. I wandered the empty field after. Cleats sinking into mud. The goalposts mocking me our spot. Now haunted. That's when Elena reappeared. Ghosting from the shadows like she'd never left. Heard the score. You played like hell. I whirled. Fury and longing colliding. What are you doing here? Come to gloat. No. She stepped closer. Breath clouding the air. Came to fight. Hargrove cleared me. Insufficient evidence. He said. But I resigned anyway. Can't coach with this hanging over us. Her voice broke. I choose you. Dakota. Over the whistle. The winds. All of it. The dam burst. Crashed into her. Sobs muffled in her jacket. Her arms wrapping tight like home. I thought I lost you, I gasped. Riley, she betrayed us. She did what scared people do. Elena pulled back. Cupping my face. But we're not scared. Not anymore. We kissed through the tears. Slow and healing. The snow blanketing us in quiet absolution. Spring thawed Milford. and with it, our new rhythm. Elena took a job at the community center, coaching rec leagues with that same fire, while I finished senior year strong, scouts circling like hopeful vultures. Riley and I patched slow, apologies over bad diner coffee, her coming out as bi in a whisper of her own. Tyler, transferred out. Rumor has it, tail between his legs. We moved to her cabin full-time after graduation, me commuting to Ohio State on that full ride, her building a life from the ashes. Mornings were lazy, coffee-scented, her head on my pillow as lake light filtered through curtains. "You saved me," she'd say, tracing my braids. From the sidelines, from myself, and in the quiet, I'd reply, "We saved each other. Love, turns out, isn't a secret to bury. It's the play you run when the clock's ticking down, bold and unapologetic." In America, where dreams die hard but rise harder, we scored our own victory, two women, hand in hand, rewriting the end. The summer after my freshman year at Ohio State blurred into a haze of green fields and golden sunsets. But the real heat was in the stolen weekends back at the cabin. Elena had turned the place into our fortress, bookshelves crammed with Gloria Anzaldúa and Audre Lorde, a rainbow flag tacked discreetly above the mantel, and that worn leather couch where we'd first crossed the line, now a throne for lazy Netflix binges and deeper confessions. I was 18 now, legal in every sense, but the world still eyed us sideways, like we were a glitch in the straight-laced code of small-town survival. College was a beast, early practices under Coach Ramirez, a no-nonsense Latina who reminded me of Elena's tougher edges, drills that left my quads screaming, and dorm life that felt like a pressure cooker of hormones and homesickness. My roommate, Jax, a non-binary firebrand with blue-dyed hair, and a tattoo sleeve of feminist icons, clocked my vibe quick. "You're glowing, girl." Spill. Over late-night ramen. I did the coach, the letter, the betrayal and breakthrough. Jax hooped, high-fiving me. Lesbian legend status. But watch your back. Buckeye's got more closets than an IKEA. Elena drove down every other weekend, her Jeep loaded with tamale fixings and that playlist of 90s R&B that made her hips sway in the kitchen. We'd hike the lake trails, her hand in mine swinging free under the pines. No more hiding. "Remember that first game after the scandal?" she'd tease, bumping my shoulder as we crested a hill, eerie sparkling below. "You nutmegged that defender like it was personal." I'd laugh, pulling her close for a kiss that tasted like wild mint and freedom. Those moments were oxygen pure. Heady. The kind that made the grind worth it. But cracks spiderwebbed in. Subtle at first. Elena's new gig at the rec center was gold. Kids from all over Milford flocking to her clinics. Little girls with ponytails and dreams mirroring my own. Yet the pay was shit, barely covering the cabin's leaky roof. And whispers followed her like exhaust. That dyke coach who quit. One night, post-shower, she collapsed at the table, Bill's fan like a bat poker hand. "Gas. Electric. Your tuition gap. It's piling up. Dakota." I can't keep playing hero. I slid behind her, arms wrapping tight, chin on her shoulder. "We're in this. Apply for that assistant spot at the Y. Or hell, coach at OSU someday." She twisted, green eyes stormy. "And what? Follow you around like some groupie? I'm 34. Mi amor. Time to build something solid. Not chase skirts." The words landed like a slide tackle, sharp, unintended. We made up in bed. body speaking what pride choked. But the seed of doubt took root. Fall semester hit like a nor'easter. Games stacking up. Scouts from pro leagues sniffing around after a hat trick against Michigan. Elena missed my home opener flu. She texted. But her voice on the call was hoarse. Distant. Proud of you, kid. Kick ass. I did. Threading a corner kick that sailed into the net like destiny. The crowd's roar vibrating in my bones. But post-game, in the buzzing locker room, high on endorphins, I scrolled her feed. A photo of her at the rec center holiday party. Arms slung around a new hire, tall, blonde, all sharp cheekbones and easy smiles. Team spirit. The caption read. My gut twisted. Irrational but insistent. Who was she? Jax called bullshit over beers at the campus dive. Jealousy's a thief. D. Talk to her. So I did. Cornering Elena on her next visit. The cabin air thick with pine intention. Who's the blonde? I blurted. Phone shoved under her nose. Her laugh was sharp. Disbelieving. Jess? She's straight as an arrow. Dakota. Married to her high school sweetheart. Got. You think I'd, after everything? Heat flooded my face. I don't know. You're pulling away. Elena. Text shorter. Visit skipped. Feels like you're done. She paced. Ponytail whipping. That old fire flaring. Done? I'm drowning here. Kids asking why Coach V's got a girlfriend vibe. Parents side-eyeing. And you off in Columbus living the dream. I want this. But it's hard. You're young. You deserve the world. Not some has been scraping by. Has been. The word exploded. You're the one who taught me to fight. And now you're quitting us. Tears burn. Hot and furious. She reached. But I jerked back. Maybe Riley was right. Adults know better, except you don't. The door slammed behind me. Snow crunching as I stormed to the Jeep. Driving blind into the night. Hours later. Her text lit my phone. Come back. Please. I love you. But pride is a stubborn goalie. I ghosted. Crashing at Jax's. Burying hurt in study sessions and solo runs. The betrayal came layered. Like an onion of pain. Regionals for OSU were a bloodbath. We clawed to finals. My legs leaden but will iron. Elena showed. Uninvited. In the stands with a sign. Buckeyes in my heart. It melted me mid-warm-up. Her green eyes locking on mine across the turf. We won. 2-1. My assist sealing it. And in the chaos of hugs and champagne sprays, she was there, pulling me into a bear hug that smelled like home. You were magic, she whispered, lips brushing my ear. Forgiveness tasted sweet. Our reconciliation a tangle of limbs in a motel off-campus, urgent and reaffirming. But Jax's warning echoed. Spring break. Back in Milford. I found the letter in Elena's desk. Innocent. Or so it seemed. Elena, thinking of you always. That night at the bar meant everything. Let's make it real. M. M for Mia. The ex from her college days. The one who'd bailed when things got too serious. Mia. Who'd emailed out of the blue months back. Just catching up. Elena swore it was nothing. A drunken ramble from a road trip bar in Pittsburgh, but the seed from before sprouted thorns. Why keep it? I demanded, waving the paper like evidence. If it's nothing, trash it. Her face crumpled. Because it reminds me why I fight for us. Mia left when it got messy. Closets. Families. Fear. I won't be her. But doubt whispered. Or are you? Fights escalated. Petty at first, missed calls. Snap texts, then seismic. You're suffocating me, she yelled one April night. Rain lashing the windows. I love you. But I need air. Space to breathe without feeling like the villain. Villain. I shot back. Voice breaking. You uncovered my secret. Made me believe in us. Then what? Bolt when it's your turn to be vulnerable. The cabin felt like a cage. Our words weapons honed on old wounds. Packed a bag. Fled to mom's in Cleveland, ironic. Crashing with the woman who'd taught me love was fleeting. Days blurred into a fog of regret. Elena's voicemails pleading. We can fix this. Don't throw us away. Climax crash during OSU's national quarterfinals. May heat wave turning the stadium into a sauna. I was off passes wild. Focus fractured until halftime. When I spotted her in the family section. Mia beside her. Tall. Elegant. With that same wavy hair Elena loved. Mia's hand on her knee. Casual but intimate. Rage ignited. I stormed the field post whistle. Ignoring Coach Ramirez's calls. Barreling into the stands. What the fuck? Elena. Her. Now. The crowd hushed. Eyes wide. Mia stood. Hands up. Whoa. Easy. We're old friends. Save it. I whirled on Elena. Tears streaking sweat. You lied. Again. Betrayed me like Riley. Like everyone. Elena's face drained of color. Grabbing my arm. Dragging me to the underbelly of the bleachers. Mia drove me here, flat tire on the highway. That's it. I came for you. Dakota. Always for you. Her voice cracked. Green eyes desperate. I kept that letter to burn it with the past. But you're right, I'm scared. Of losing you to this life. To distance. To me not being enough. The fight poured out. Raw under the metal groans of the stands. My fears of abandonment. Her terror of repeating history. I choose you every day, she sobbed. Forehead to mine. But love means trust. Too. Can you? In that shadowed limbo. With the crowd's roar fading. I nodded, tentative. Trembling. Teach me how. Our kiss was salt and surrender. A vow renewed in the eye of the storm. We emerged changed. Hands linked defiantly as I rejoined the team. The second half? Electric. I scored twice. The final whistle a symphony of victory. Elena waited post-game. Mia long gone. Her hug fierce. We're unbreakable, she murmured. And in that moment, under stadium lights like fallen stars, I believed her. Summer post-quarterfinals was reconstruction. Hammer and heart. Elena and I patching more than the cabin's roof. We hired a contractor for the leaks. But for us, it was therapy sessions in Columbus. A queer counselor named Theo who had us mapping love languages on butcher paper like battle plans. Vulnerability isn't weakness, he'd say. His silver earrings glinting. It's the assist before the goal. Elena opened up about Mia. Not an affair. But a ghost of what if. A reminder to fight harder. I confessed my clingy edges. Born from foster flings that vanished like smoke. It hurt. Peeling those layers. But the air cleared. Sweeter for the storm. I deferred pro offers for a year. Taking an assistant coaching gig at OSU under Ramirez, ironic. Shadowing the woman who'd eyed Elena's resignation with quiet respect. You play like her, Ramirez grunted during my first clinic, watching me demo a trap. Fire and finesse. Elena beamed from the sidelines, her rec center shifts trimmed to weekends, freeing her for cross-state dates, road trips to Coney Island, where she'd stuff me with Nathan's hot dogs and kiss mustard from my lips, or quiet nights in an arbor, stargazing from a quilt. Her stories of Bronx stoops weaving into my Ohio tales. But America doesn't hand out happy endings without receipts. Fall brought nationals. OSU's dream run colliding with Milford's ghosts. Tyler, now a washed-up community college dropout, surfaced on socials, dredging old rumors with doctored pics. Elena and me. Cropped too close at a game. Hashtags flew. Coach Scandal 2.0. Hargrove. Retired but bitter. Fed lines to the local rag. Concerns about boundaries. Elena's phone blew up, hate mails. Parent pullouts from her leagues. Not again, she whispered one night. Curled fetal on our bed. The tattoo on her arm stark under lamplight. I held her. Fury simmering. We go public. On our terms. She balked career suicide, but I pushed. Scripting a video on my phone. Us on the cabin porch. Lake calm behind. Hands intertwined. I'm Dakota Hayes. OSU midfielder. This is Elena Vasquez. My partner. My coach once upon a time. We face whispers. Betrayals. But love like ours? It's the real MVP. We posted it to her feed. Them up. Unfiltered. Hearts pounding as views ticked up. The backlash hit like a gale. Trolls spewing slurs. Riley demanding apologies laced with I told you so. Even mom calling with slurred warnings. People talk. Baby. Keep it quiet. But the tide turned slow. Teammates reposting with rainbow fists. Jax launching a Love Wins thread that went viral. Alumni donors piping up. Hire her back. Elena's league swelled. Parents emailing support. My daughter's stronger because of you. Climax brewed at Nationals finals. Seattle's dome a cauldron of 20,000 screaming fans. OSU versus UCLA. Stakes sky-high title. Legacy. Our story splashed on ESPN sidebars, the lesbian power couple redefining the game. Pre-match. Elena cornered me in the tunnel. Her away jersey hugging curves I'd mapped 100 times. Win or lose. You're my champion. Her kiss was fierce. Claiming. A talisman against the roar. The game was apocalypse, tied 1-1 at 89 foot. My lungs fire. Legs jelly. UCLA press. Their star forward. A towering Samoan with a rocket leg barreling down. I intercepted. Vision tunneling to the goal. Elena's voice a phantom cheer. Eyes up. I faked right. Threaded left, ball kissed net. Time suspended. The whistle blew 2-1. Champions. I sprinted to the stands. Leaping barriers into her arms. Our kiss broadcast nationwide, messy. Joyous. Unapologetic. Confetti rained. Cameras flashed. But it was her whisper that anchored. We did it. The afterglow was humanistic poetry. Parade down High Street. Elena and I waving from a float. Kids waving mini rainbows. Riley showed. Sober 6 months. Hugging tight. You too? Inspiration. We founded a scholarship. Vasquez Hayes Fund for queer athletes from rough starts, me mentoring freshmen. Her clinics expanding to pride camps. Betrayals faded to footnotes. Tyler's account suspended. Hargrove's quotes ignored. Years layered on like championship rings. By 25. I was pro with the Chicago Red Stars. Elena head coach at a D2 powerhouse. Our cabin upgraded to a lakeside A-frame with a nursery wing. Talk of fostering. Building family from fragments. Mornings. She'd wake me with coffee and that Brooklyn growl. Up. Slugger. World's waiting. We'd run trails. Her pace still matching mine. Hands brushing like first touches. One anniversary. Under those same stars. She knelt, ring glinting. Simple gold band etched with a ball and thorns. Marry me. Dakota. Let's make forever official. Tears blurred. But I nodded. Pulling her up into a kiss that echoed our hook raw. Revealing. Redemptive. In America's vast, flawed heart, where secrets once shattered us, we'd forged a love unbreakable. A story not of tragedy, but triumph. Human. Messy. Profoundly ours. And as we danced slow on the porch, lake lapping gentle, I knew the deepest secret wasn't the love. It was surviving to live it.